This episode is brought to you by Sudio. Sudio wants to revolutionize the way people see headphones as not just a tech device, but also an accessory. Currently, the headphones market can offer you one of two things, style or tech. Fashionable headphones tend to lack proper sound quality, and high-tech variations are bulky and not design-oriented.
Sudio wants to bridge that gap. While emphasizing modern Scandinavian design, they also provide a product that matches the quality of even the highest rated headphones on the market, for a fraction of the cost. Sudio was kind enough to send us a blue and black pair of the Vasa design, and also a code for our listeners to get an exclusive discount.
Enter code AmericanSlacker, all one word, for 15% off any purchase at Sudio.com, worldwide shipping included. That's SUDIO.com. American Slacker Podcast is BYOT. Bring your own tacos.
Dick swinging.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast.
We can say fuck.
With Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
I don't care, I've been smoking, this is cool. That's a decent amount of sausage. This man needs a doctor! Yeah, I just hope they're tasty. What's up with these clowns, man? Cut the lights and went through people's pockets. Don't you point that at each other. Let them smoke a little. You need to step it up to that point. We're not gonna lead with the. We're not gonna lead with
it. So we've been talking to so many interesting people recently,
Man, it's been a privilege, I feel like. I've been so amped up, backing them back. These people we get to talk to with, coming from all different walks of life. And recently we've just had the chance to talk to individuals that have just blown our minds with their stories.
Yeah, seriously. And it's weird how how podcasting has sort of led to these opportunities to talk to people that we probably otherwise would not have had the chance to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. And it's really an awesome platform. And speaking of the guests, David Allen Arnold, we just had on episode 105, the episode before this. So check that out if you haven't yet.
Yeah, if you haven't, you're missing out.
The guy's an amazing dude. He's just an all-around great man, great father. And, the job he has isn't for everybody.
No, he's a helicopter camera operator. Which, how many people can say that,
Yeah, and not just any helicopter camera man. He's done the deadliest catch for years upon years.
The Super Bowl. He just uploaded a picture either today or yesterday on Instagram showing that he was shooting The Amazing Race.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm talking just treacherous. He's been in Alaska, over and over again in the worst conditions, in the worst flying conditions rather.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what this guy talked about on the show and what he talks about in his book, which you should also check out.
Nerves of Steel, super humble, but he's a great guy.
Yeah.
We also got the chance to and I guess this is a little sneak peek in a way.
Oh man, for our 845ers especially.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to Dan Simons of Just Surrender, and I'm still blown away by that conversation.
Yeah, and not only just talk to, we got our first live performance on the show.
Yeah.
Which we're pretty excited for you guys to hear when that comes out next week.
It was fantastic. And it felt kind of cool to have a private concert from a band that we've been following for a decade.
Yeah, over a decade, man. It's wild.
And an exclusive version of one of their previously released songs.
Yeah, exactly. It's different than you'll ever hear it on the album or them perform it live too. Exactly. It was the first time he actually sang that song, so
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
It was amazing.
Check it out. We got a lot of exciting shit coming out, and there's more to come beyond that, people. And we're excited to have you on the journey with us. And welcome to American Slacker Podcast. As always, I'm Matt.
And I am his faithful co-host, Jesse.
He is faithful. I'll give him that.
I show up.
I will definitely give him that. He is. He's here on the dime. He's always, every day, grinding. He's a good man, that Jesse Landers. Put him up there with Rumpelstiltskin.
Great man. Some other great people are the people that retweet us on Twitter. We always appreciate that.
Oh, man, do we ever.
We do a little game here where we, kind of show a little bit of love back for anyone who gives us one of those retweets. Whoever retweets our pinned tweet for that week, which is our latest episode, you're entered into this little lottery where, Matt gets to pick a number. And this time around, we got 37 retweets.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to go with 23. And the reason I'm doing that is that's how many months we've been podcasting.
Oh, really? Wow, I like that. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, we're coming up on our 23rd month, technically, but...
Damn. Yeah, because in September it'll be 2 years.
Yep.
Well, number 23 is at DCP Network, which is our good friends Drama City Productions.
Oh, yeah, man. We've worked with these guys before.
Yeah, we've had Ben on the show from Small Town Mentality and Regular Stories, I believe it's called.
Sorry if we're butchering it.
Yeah, we had so many podcast names, but he actually, runs this network, and they're in charge of, promoting and marketing a bunch of other shows as well. Their description reads, podcast network, recording studio, and all-around production. Go to the website to check out all the shows on the network. And they're out of Evanston, Wyoming.
Okay, definitely worthy of checking out.
And check out their website, as they said, that would be dramacityproductions.com. And go follow them on Twitter. They're at DCP Network. So congrats, guys.
All right. Awesome. Check them out.
So, Matt, what do we got coming up on today's show?
Oh, man. Well, as always, we're going to start out with the bizarre news, and we're going to move on to technology. And then we're going to finish it with Wheel of Weird. So stick around. It's going to be a wild show.
All right, and with our weird news, we always like to start out with a little bit of weed news. And like Matt was saying, over in the UK, there's some big moves happening because we have medicinal cannabis products now becoming legal in the UK with a prescription.
Ooh, okay. So it's not exactly for everybody.
No, and they're making a point to say that. They're saying this isn't a push towards legalization. This is for specific cases of patients who, have an exceptional clinical need for, say, CBD or medicinal THC.
Okay, so it's the start of the progress, man. It's exactly how it started here in the States. I mean, it's a step. That's at least you can ask for. Yeah,
and, this is for, kids who end up with like, debilitating epilepsy, and the only way to cure them is with, like, a CBD oil or something. These are for extreme cases. Like, in the case of Billy Caldwell, I believe, he was 12 years old, and he had severe epilepsy, and his mother, really pushed for him to be able to get cannabis oil. So that's just one of the many instances and cases where, like, cannabis oil could actually end up helping. And the UK kind of recognizes that now and is starting to push towards allowing people to get that only, like I said, with a doctor's prescription.
Yeah. Well, hey, they're the people that need it the most. So, I mean, that's the best spot to start.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and they stress it a lot in this article. They say, in this Esquire article, they say that it's not a push towards legalization. This isn't going to become recreational anytime soon in the UK. They even say that it's still a Class B drug, and supplying or possessing it is, breaking the law.
Ah, man. I hate it, but at least we're making progress.
Tiny steps. Tiny steps.
Baby steps are steps.
So if you want to check out a little bit more, read into this, we'll be posting this article from Esquire up on our Facebook page on Wednesday when this episode drops, so that you can educate yourself a little bit more about it.
Awesome. Check it out. Well, our next story, there's no easy way to lay this on you people. We've got another serial poo jogger on the loose.
Oh, God. I hear the alarms.
Yeah, there are alarms going off. Yeah. And, man, all I've got to say is at least it's not coming from the United States. This is coming out of Australia. It's unfortunate for them.
Serial poopers.
But, apparently it's just this pattern is popping up everywhere. It's like an epidemic going on. I keep hearing about these stories, and this one is... It's left a horrified staff at Porter's Liquor, which is in Sydney. Okay. And I hate the reference because they say they found a large deposit.
Uh-oh.
So that's their...
They're not dropping off yesterday's till from the registers.
Man,
it's a different kind of deposit.
And apparently this is the second time that they found it, and this time they got video footage with it.
Oh no.
Oh man. Oh yes.
Oh
yes.
no. Whenever there's video
yes.
footage, Matt goes into screen share mode, and I end up puking.
Baby, you know where this is going.
I took over my screen. It's coming. If you're watching on our Instagram live feed right now, because we always do our episodes live on Instagram, you can't see what we're seeing right now. But if you do go over to our YouTube channel, we've been posting up our live stream videos from our screens. And yeah,
you saw it. I was fair. I put up the warning.
Is this a lady? It looks like a lady dropping trout. And wow, that was a lot. That was a fountain. That was a chocolate fountain out of her rear
end. If this was a
end.
competition, she would have got the medal for distance.
Yeah, that's like the high jump for taking a shit.
Dude, I'm disgusted by this. I'm disgusted
or the long jump,
here.
I guess, in this case.
But the point is, we got to bring this to the spotlight. Otherwise, it's never going to get dealt with.
Yes. We have to call out serial shitting when we see it. You're not allowed to do this in public. We have a society.
If you see somebody doing this, you shame them right away. You take as many photos and videos as you can. You follow them home.
Well, I think the old way of training a dog is probably the best way to go about it. If they're shitting in a place.
Get them with the newspaper?
No, you put their face in it.
Oh, I thought you were talking like old school way.
No,
okay.
I thought that was it. You're supposed to, you put their nose near it so they know, because they don't like that and they're not. I don't know. I don't train dogs. You're better suited. You know more about that than I do.
Man, yeah. I mean, that's not exactly how I do it, but
that's how I train this person not to shit behind the liquor stores.
I have to say, this kind of she wipes with toilet paper and just throws it on the ground, so it's like
premeditated.
You can't even mistake what that is.
That
you can't even mistake what it is. Now.
That means it's premeditated. Because if you're bringing
part
something to wipe with, you plan that shit.
You planned that shit. Yeah, she had that ready to go. The worst part is a 61-year-old had to clean it up. From what it seems in this article. Oh man, that's no way to treat your elders.
No, that's terrible.
Man.
I mean, I guess you could just hose it down, right? Throw some soap, some Dawn down, and hit it with the high-power hose.
I think they had to do a scooping operation there.
Scoop and poop. That looked pretty liquidy. I'm not gonna lie. That was not a solid chunk. It's not like she was shooting Nerf balls out of the end. That was a liquid water slide.
But it was mass. It landed in.
It was.
A stackable of not like loose clay, maybe like really soft clay. We need to stop talking about this.
Well, I was gonna say, to me, it was kind of like, when the end of the ketchup bottle gets like stopped up, and then you push through, and it all just kind of shoots out. Like that. That's kind of the action. Yeah, it's and then that was some distance, so I'm impressed.
Like I said, medal for distance for sure.
Keep that in Australia though. I don't want the serial shitting to come back to the U.S.
Yeah, style. She definitely got a lower grade because that was just trash.
So wait, did they end up catching the person, or they're pooping on the loose?
They're still pooping on the loose. So they're hoping to catch her with this footage. So if you live, in Australia and you know this lady, you fucking call the authorities, man, and you end this shit, because you can do it. You could be the hero in this story.
Get that freak on a leash. That's what I said.
Man, I think somebody else said that in that song, but I could be wrong.
Well, we're headed from Australia to California to the DMV, where everyone loves to spend their time.
I've heard that before.
Now I went to the DMV recently to get an address change on my license, because I was trying to get my inspection kind of thing for California done for my car, and it went to the wrong address because it was my old address, so I needed to update it, and it's a process, Yeah.
And,
and you have to get there early. It's like camping out for Black Friday to get like a TV at this point.
Oh, I imagine.
You got to bring a tent, come at 3.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine how bad California is.
Yeah,
there's a lot more people in your areas.
If the traffic is
upstate New York, it's slow.
If the traffic's any indication of what the DMV is like, then you probably have a good idea. And part of this might be to do with what happened in this article here. A worker was snoozing on the job 3 hours a day for about 4 years.
Oh, what?
4 years of snoozing
like
on
every
the
day
job.
they went there, they were sleeping there the whole time?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Whoa, were they even sleeping at home, or were they getting paid to do their sleep?
Well, maybe it was like a medical, like narcolepsy type of thing. Isn't that? Is that what it is? Where you like pass out?
I think that's where you just pass out. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, or maybe they're staying up late doing something and coming into work super tired. But over the course of years, from February 2014 to December of 2017, employees snoozed through an estimated 2,200 hours of work, costing California taxpayers $40,000.
Jesus Christ, man. All right, you racked up the bill.
And a normal worker, would go through about 560 documents in a day. This worker only managed to do about 200. So that's less than half of what they were expected to do.
So they were pretty much sleeping 5/8 of their workday.
Yeah, a decent amount of the week,
like.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
That's like an
what it
extra,
seems
like 3 breaks if you get an hour break.
And that's not counting if they were a speed man. Like, they were pounding that shit out.
Right.
10 minutes worth of work, and then they're like, I'm going to sleep.
No, and that was not the case here, because I guess the worker would constantly turn in data that was incorrect, and the other fellow coworkers did not trust their work at all. It was always filled with errors that they'd have to then go through and pick up the slack.
Okay. Man, drawing the flags. That's where he fucked up.
But this went on for years. So, and they reprimanded, but they never actually, took any action against the employee.
Is he, like, an older guy? Like, was he, like...
I want to say it was I
in?
want to say it was a woman. Correct her behavior. The employee, despite the employee failing to correct her behavior, the employee's supervisors did not initiate adverse action within the state's progressive discipline procedures to ensure that her behavior did not continue. So they just kind of let it slide. They just smack and be like, "Hey, wake up!" And then they walk away and they come back and be like, "He's fucking sleeping again."
Maybe it's just like a really nice gal, and she's just always pleasant. It's like,
It's like, we can't get rid of her. She's the one who makes the coffee in the morning.
yeah, she always makes coffee the way I like it. And
Right.
She always gets the right donuts at the store, man.
But you know what part of the department she worked in?
What?
The part that's in charge of address changes. I still haven't gotten my address changed yet, on my license yet.
All right.
Me and my girlfriend both. We've been waiting on that shit.
Well,
There's my answer, I guess, huh?
If there's one case, there's more than likely to be maybe another or two.
Yeah, seriously.
So the whole department's probably corrupt and snoozing.
I mean, have you ever gotten tired at work? I mean, you're up and about usually.
but-
You're on your feet a lot of the times.
Yeah, but no, I do a lot of driving.
Yeah.
And that's when I get the most tired, honestly, because I get car sickness here and there.
I can see
which
that,
is not
yeah.
sick, but I get sleepy.
Right.
And that's about when I'll get it.
Okay.
And but I've never I don't know. I'd be too ashamed or afraid to get somebody walk up to me and be like, see me sleeping or something. It's just not who I am.
I mean, I've gotten to the point where I was pretty tired and I my eyes started to get heavy and stuff when I was editing and shit. But usually when I recognize it's happening, I'll get up and move around to try and combat it in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
you don't
Exactly.
want to be falling asleep. I worked with this one dude that we went to high school with, who when we worked at a clothing store together, and he told me there were these sliding racks, and he said that what he would do is he would go and clear out one of the racks and just lay down a bunch of the jeans, and then he'd close the rack on himself and just lay on the jeans and take a nap for an hour.
Was this a man known as Cuba?
No, it wasn't Cuba. It was
Okay.
it was a different. It was close. You're real close. We don't need to out him on the podcast.
Okay.
He's a father now.
I just
if
needed
that
to know,
helps you.
but we'll talk about this later.
He's a father now, so that might be a bigger clue to you.
Yeah. Let's be decent.
All
about
right.
it. Man. Well, our next story is one of the most interesting ways to deal with a problem when you're tired of dealing with shit when your town or city, you maybe it's potholes, maybe you're trying to get that sign up that's slowing the speed down because you got assholes flying past your house and you got kids.
Yep.
Maybe you're tired of the transit being fucking taking you forever to get you across town. Well, we got a man in Hungary that has dressed up as a snail, and he is outrunning a fucking train because apparently the trains in this town, which is Marazalaka,
Okay.
butchering that. I don't know. We'll give it.
I believe
we'll give
it.
it.
He's unhyped.
It's in the east of Hungary, And apparently the trains run really slow, like 25 kilometers an hour.
Oh, wow.
And it's all because they need to repair the tracks. The tracks are all sketchy, so they can't go too fast.
Okay.
Like, in case
It's
they
like in
derail or
disrepair
shit.
or something?
Yeah, it's really, like, they need to renovate everything. And if they do the renovations, this thing will be able to do 80 kilometers an hour, which is going to cut off, like, a 45-minute in just, like, the typical commute, like, where people go to commute for a lot of jobs.
Yeah, what are they waiting
Like,
for?
Man, yeah, I don't know why they're waiting. Apparently, who knows, funding and shit. I don't know how their government's handling their taxes and shit, but man, hopefully this helps them out. We got a pretty fucking interesting video out of it that I've been enjoying.
A man in a snail outfit outrunning a train. Superman
man.
does some weird shit on his day off.
Well, not all men wear capes, or not all
This
heroes
one wears
wear
a
capes.
shell.
Sometimes wear shells.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Look at this guy going. Look at him.
Wow, he's
Look at him go.
actually going pretty quick.
Dude, that train sucks.
Yeah, well, he's going quick for a person, not quick for a train.
He can't keep it up.
He's going quick
that
for
train's
a
gonna
snail.
You know, the train has more endurance. You know,
And
that's the unfortunate
I'd like to
bit.
see him do that with like 40 people on his back.
All right,
It's
true.
not really
true.
fair.
You got him there. You got him there. You can't really transport
Fucking
anything.
arrogant
Even if you put him in a
snail.
carriage, like 40 people in carriages on wheels.
He's got like a
Not
giant
gonna
rickshaw. Then he'd be actually moving at the pace of a snail.
happen. Yeah, he'd really be like, oh my god. Fuck my back.
That's so smart already.
Well,
now.
you know, we're with the guy, and apparently he has an activist group, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce this group because it's crazy.
Oh, please, please, I want to hear it.
Matazaka Leaks?
Hey, okay. It's like,
Matez.
isn't that like the town name that you said
Matez,
before?
yeah, Matazaka Leaks.
So it's the Marazaka snails or something.
Yeah, it's an activist group within the community that's tired of the fucking shit of the town. And they want everything fixed so they can get to work quicker or just go to the fucking cities quicker.
So they can buy
know?
snail costumes quicker.
Hell yeah, they need to fast track these in mass.
Amazon that shit.
Yeah, man. Well, they promised that it will be done by 2020, apparently, actually.
Okay, that's not too far away.
Everybody's pissed. They're like, we want it sooner.
Year and a half. People gotta be patient. These things take time.
I guess, man.
That
But
and I
it
would
does suck
imagine if
commutes.
you're gonna restructure like a train route, you're gonna have to rip up the current track, which will stop the trains entirely for a bit.
True. I mean, I don't know the modern engineering ways of replacing tracks. I have seen some cool machines that do some interesting shit without having to modify the ground at all.
Okay.
Replace new rails, but I don't know what they have access to in Hungary, you know,
True.
compared to what we do here, and you know. So, we'll see. We'll do an update.
Well, we're headed from a snail who's running to a man just trying to work on his fitness.
Okay.
This
Nothing wrong with that.
This happened at a Planet Fitness in Massachusetts. A man was arrested in what he thought was a judgment-free zone, but apparently was not,
Huh?
because you can't just work out naked, apparently.
Ah, man. Okay. All right. Okay, I see. It is a no judgment zone, but
That's what he
can't be just
thought.
flashing balls around.
That's what he thought. He thought it was a judgment-free zone, but he ended up
I
being
see.
arrested. The 34-year-old was charged with indecent exposure, lewdness, and disorderly conduct on that Sunday for taking off his clothes and exercising at the Playstyle Planet Fitness. I had a harder time with this English, or this American town, than you
man,
did
yeah.
with the Hungarian one.
Locations will get you, people.
Right? So yeah, this naked
Man.
guy, which I have to say has a lot of hair. No, I'm sorry, it's just a mugshot. It's not a full body. It's he has a beard. I need to.
One could lead to the direction of understanding
just-
that hair on top leads to hair on bottom.
Yeah, I had to squash that real quick. It's a mugshot. He's got a beard. That's what I'm referring to. And you could only imagine.
What does it say? How's he hanging?
Yeah, right.
You gotta be pretty confident to walk into Planet Fitness. You know.
Yeah.
You think they have that? What is that? The Lunker alarm? What is it called? They literally have.
Oh,
that,
the Lunk
they used
alarm?
to- yeah. What if they were like Lunk?
Yeah, right. Start hitting that shit.
Cranking that
This guy's
shit away.
naked. It says that he took off his clothes and started exercising. So, in my mind, this guy came in naked, but The way it's phrased here, it almost seems as if he got nude once he was in there, which would probably explain how he got through the front
You
doors.
know he had one of those rip-off tracksuits with the buttons.
Just one smooth motion.
He took the top off nice and smooth and slow, laid it down on the bench, and then
Starts
old
busting
man
out
had a heart attack.
some yoga poses that were his exercise of choice.
Oh, no.
Little downward dog.
Oh.
Hey?
Oh, man, I
Some
can only
warrior
imagine
pose?
what kind of images were coming from that.
So the man was arrested. He could not be reached for comment, but can't work on your fitness in the nude, man. It's not how we roll in decent society.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
It is, but you still can't just dangle your jewels at the Planet Fitness.
Oh, man.
That and there's a lot of heavy equipment moving around. I don't think I'd want to be naked.
Yeah, true. You don't want to be lifting weights and get something pinched in an area that it shouldn't be. Yeah. There's a lot of lead flying around there.
I was gonna say you could rack the weights with. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah. Definitely a scenario where you want to be careful, man. Another scenario where I think you'd want to be pretty careful of your environment too. It's when you're flying a fucking plane, right?
Oh yeah, very dangerous.
You'd want to be pretty aware. There's a lot of levers, a lot of shit going on, and especially if you're in the cockpit,
Need concentration.
Even in the general area, I'm like nervous. I don't want to go near the door,
right?
Touch any fucking buttons around on the wall. It's like, God forbid.
It's like that at my fucking desk right now, man.
Yeah, man. Well, our next story has some careless pilots that they got into an argument that couldn't be solved any other way besides duking it out and actually doing some damage to the cockpit.
Are we talking Mortal Kombat?
Man, I think they were trying to finish each other. I think that I heard somebody said there was a fatality attempt.
An airplane-ality?
Oh, man. Yeah, there can only be one pilot.
I guess so. No more co-pilot.
You think he would throw him overboard after he murdered him?
Did they explain what the fight started over?
I've looked. There's no idea of there's no mention of why this fucking argument started, and I can only imagine. I mean, these pilots probably have flown together before, right? I don't know. Do co-pilots and pilots get mixed up a lot, or
maybe they had some sort
imagine
of bad blood from like a previous flight. It's like he took the last root
They probably
beer.
rotate. But yeah, I'm sure they knew of each other. So maybe there is some bad blood like that. Like, he took the last beer. Who knows, man? Just obviously the bad blood led it to the point to where they had to get it out, and they were fighting. And
do you think the co-pilot
they had
took
157 passengers on this plane too. This wasn't like a small private or anything. This was like an actual Iraqi Airways commercial flight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's like when the kids are fighting in the back, and the parents are like trying to get control of it, and you end up fucking the plane's going like this. It's like up and down and fucking going all around.
I hope not, man. Can you imagine they just cut the power down or something? And it starts
In this case, though, I guess the kids would be the ones flying the plane.
yeah, and the security guards that stopped the goddamn fight would be the parents.
Oh my god! So that's
I guess the plane's really lucky to have a couple of security guards on board.
It was grounded because of this fight, or
yeah, it was grounded, and also these guys are not allowed to fly anymore. They were told to stop flying.
That sucks.
It doesn't say it says they've been ordered to stop flying. It doesn't say their license have been taken or anything. So that's why I'm confused. I'm like, is it stop flying and they're not going to get busted if they fly? What is this? I don't know how you guys are doing it over there, but
go under
America,
a different name.
We cut your shit up.
Cut that flying license up.
Yeah, man. So yeah, and also, in 2015, Iraq Airways also was put on the European air safety list because apparently they've had too many issues, and now they have a lot of restrictions and they have bans in certain areas. They can't even fly everywhere in Europe.
They gotta stop making you know what? It's that tale as old as time. Companies trying to cut resources. They probably tried to make them share a meal, and then who gets the entree? Who gets stuck with the side?
Who gets the brownie?
Yep.
Who gets the brownie?
Oh, damn. I'll fight you right now. We're over the internet. There's no brownie, but you mentioned it, and I'm getting angry.
The brownie's mine, bro.
Yeah, there's no brownie, but I'm angry.
Right? Oh man, that's probably what did it.
Yep.
I think we're gonna call it that.
Yep.
This was all fought over
company
the individual meal they had to share.
Cost.
Man, cheap bastards at Iraqi Airways.
Right.
You heard it here.
So we have some other flying type things in our next story. Do you believe in aliens, Matt?
Oh, man. I believe the possibility for it is possible. I don't believe they've come to Earth yet.
So you're an alien agnostic. It's like, maybe.
They gotta be out there. Look how big this is. Come on.
True.
I don't know.
It is
I don't
gigantic.
know, man. I'm just a man. I know nothing. You know?
Well, many people have claimed to have seen different things that may or may not have been aliens, and a pair high on bath salt fired a gun at fireflies, mistaking them for alien lasers. Now, I wouldn't put this as one of the most credible alien sightings of all time.
Oh, man.
But we always have to look into the story, right?
I wonder if any poor fireflies were hurt in this
You gotta have good
brutal
aim
attack.
to shoot a firefly.
Wait for him to blink again.
Right? There! Bah! 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 It's like a fucked up version of laser tag.
You shot Susie Joe!
Well, this happened in Clinton County, Pennsylvania, where a couple was suspected of being on bath salts, and they ended up thinking that they were seeing green lasers when the fireflies were like blinking at him. So then the man fired his revolver into the air to scare away the lasers. And then he ran to a nearby town where he asked a homeowner to call the cops because something was chasing him.
Oh, man.
And that's not all, because when the person was on the police with 911, or on the phone with 911, the man broke a window before he left the home and went to a next door neighbor's house and broke another window. And then
why did he have to break the windows?
Try and get in? I don't know. They probably didn't let him inside.
Oh, okay.
But then he told
You gotta let me in. There's aliens out here, mate.
the owner of the second house, whose window he broke, he told them that he needed to shower and get the goo off his body because it was burning his skin.
Oh, man, that alien acid slime will fuck you up.
I think he was just hot from running around breaking windows.
Yeah. Oh, man.
They were arrested, the man and woman, and they have a slew of charges, including burglary, criminal trespassing, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct. I don't think you need public intoxication. I think you don't need to charge them with that because that's assumed.
Oh, you definitely have to charge them with that. You definitely have to charge them with that when they're running around breaking people's windows and trying to get in their houses.
That should be a freebie though, because like if you're getting charged with 4 things, usually you get one like marked off. Like we're not gonna charge you with this one because like we already hit you with like 3 things, and that one's assumed.
Let me ask you this: does it go through your mind that maybe there's aliens out there if somebody comes showing up at your house pounding on the door? Do you think like, do you hold the door there for a second and think, shit,
oh,
hold on, lock it and go look out the other window?
Do
like,
I
do you
believe
think there's
it for a
aliens
second?
or do you like immediately go to this is like a meth head?
You know what? If they caught me at the right time, if it was mad late at night and I'd been watching movies on Netflix, then maybe I'd be like, oh wait,
shit,
it's happening? I'll grab my go bags. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man.
No,
that's what's scary about this.
I feel
to me.
like
I don't need this to happen to me.
I'm pretty skeptical of crazy people, so I want to believe
too,
that
yeah.
I would just be a little terrified that there was a crazy person banging at my fucking, and then smashing my window in on top of that. It's like, call 911.
True.
And then fucking runs away across the street, and I just hear like, like across the street. So like, what the fuck's he doing? Shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. I guess you would be really glad that you didn't let him at that point. When you hear your window gets broken, and you hear like, and you're like, oh fuck, he got Bob's house too. All right, I'm
like, fuck, I do have to call the cops, I guess.
Oh man, that's fucking.
So look out in Pennsylvania for those fireflies.
You gotta watch out for those people trying to get in your house.
Yeah, that
man.
too.
They will be wanting to escape aliens, or they just might want your fucking Wi-Fi password. This is the first one I've heard of it, but we got a story about a 60-year-old couple that that's living in Palo Alto, and apparently they got woken up on Sunday night by a guy in a mask, and all he wanted was the fucking Wi-Fi password because he was out of data.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and immediately the gentleman got up and he grabbed this guy and brought him right down the hallway, threw him outside of the house, and called the cops.
Damn.
And
this 60-year-old's fucking yoked.
He was like, "Fuck no." He's like,
I
"Get out of
grabbed
here,
him
man.
by the chin and dragged him down the hallway.
Dude, yeah. So he throws this guy out of the house, calls the police. Police arrive pretty quick because they're in Palo Alto. Let's be real. And the police get this guy. And the craziest thing is it's a 17-year-old kid. And actually, just the night before, right before midnight, he was caught prowling around another house.
Oh, shit.
Fucking. And when the people came out and saw him, they were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Can I get that Wi-Fi password, man?"
And
they were like,
shit.
They were like, "Fuck off, man!" And then he rode away on a bike, which turned about. This is the crazy part. It turned out to be the bike from their backyard.
Oh,
so he
shit.
stole their bike.
Like, huh?
Yeah. So now they're gonna add on the
as he's
charges.
riding away.
Yeah, I wonder how long that was until they were like,
Fuck, that was our bike.
"Fuck, man, that bike looked like mine." Fuck.
Yep, it was
Yeah.
for sure. So
Yeah,
my
man.
thing I wonder is like, why didn't he just go to Starbucks?
Right, dude. There's plenty of public fucking spots that have free Wi-Fi these days.
Right?
Why? Like even like mom and pop places are putting it out. Like, you don't have to just go break in somebody's house, and you're liable to just walk around a neighborhood and somebody has an unlocked one.
Do you think
What the fuck?
Do you think it was for private purposes? Wanted
hit the
to
dark
wank it
webs.
mobily.
Is that what you're saying?
And you can't do
Wanted
that
to
in a
go-
Starbucks. That's like,
He wanted to type the YOU, but instead of a T, he hit a P.
uh-oh. You know where it's going
Oh,
on that
shit.
private setting.
Oh, man.
Maybe it was, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
maybe.
wondering.
That's
'Cause
kinda-
if you're not
Oh,
going,
that's even worse, because then he's just like a lingering masturbator on the outside skirts of your house because you got to stick close because the Wi-Fi doesn't go too
I'd
far.
assume you find a bush within Wi-Fi distance.
Oh my
like-
god, get out of my bush!
Get
out of
Get
that
between
bush!
a fucking fence and a bush, like 20 feet from the router, and like you're probably in business.
I'm gonna
That's the
start
only
shooting
motivation
you.
I could assume for like stalking out someone's Wi-Fi. That's not like, you know, just walking over to Starbucks.
Yeah, I don't know why, man. There's got to be some type of substance behind this, but it doesn't say anything about that, and it doesn't say much because the kid is 17. You know, underage. They kind of cut him a little slack generally.
I wonder if this is going to be one of our reoccurring stories. I hope to hear from him again.
I want to hear about the great Wi-Fi break-in over and over again.
Maybe I can
Is that
talk to him.
selfish of
Palo
me?
Alto's
Yes.
not far.
Yeah, man. Oh my god, we can get him on the show.
There you go.
If he's out on bail.
Find out the motivations.
Why? The adrenaline rush, man.
Either way,
He's like a really well put together guy. We're like, holy
right?
shit.
Either way, we find it pretty funny. I have to say, that's quite a funny
Oh yeah,
story.
man. That's a great one.
So now we're moving on to our funny clip of the week. Speaking of funny, we like to post up a clip on our Facebook page every Friday just to, you know, make the end of your week a little bit funnier. I know you're looking forward to the weekend. It's good to have a laugh. And this time around, we got something really funny for you.
Oh yes, we do. This is one of my favorite ones, man. It's got kids in it, but these kids raise the heat. It is funny as shit, and it is edgy. This isn't even appropriate for kids to watch. This is a downright beating.
Yeah, this kid got jumped.
Man, did he ever. This is, I'm putting it up on the screen. Patreon people get to see it. You're gonna have to search for yourself. There is 3 small children around 1 child. They got him cornered from behind.
Some kind of karate tournament, it looks like, right?
Yeah. It's not like on the cold-blooded streets. We're setting this up hard and dark. It's really just like a tournament, and yeah, like you were saying earlier, it looks like, you know, mom could be filming it.
Right.
And
up in the
it's some kind
bleachers.
of board breaking demonstration, right?
Yeah, you know what? I did karate at this age, and it's usually they have some sort of plastic breakaway board or something for you, like balsa wood, so that when you hit it or you block it, it sort of breaks over you and looks cool, and you can show off your
Yeah.
forms and shit like that.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I don't know why they're starting from behind him. I mean, the sides I could see, but God, does the guy from the back start this whole fucking thing? Oh no, it's the guy from the side. I thought it was the guy from the back.
He went to block it. It just didn't come in at the right time. This kid got yoked. He just they practiced it really well. They did like a little practice, like block the top, block the side, block the side. All
Yeah.
right, go. And they all just sort of hit him with boards. Drop this poor fucker to the ground.
Down he goes. He is out.
It's like a 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. It's like on the head, on the arm, and then on the stomach, I think, with the last one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the second or third one didn't stop, but you know, hey,
This kid took a beating. They were like, oh, he's got it. You know, it's just part of the form.
they're so nervous. They're like, don't freak out. She did it.
Be like, all right, I do what I'm supposed to. It's usually how kids will.
Oh man.
So
Yeah,
this
hell
is,
yeah.
I would say, one of the funnier ones we've had in a while. So make sure to check it out. We're going to be posting it up on our Facebook page on Friday, like we do every Friday with our funny clip of the week.
Oh shit, check it out. Get a laugh. And now, before we get into technology, we got a word from Import Taste Podcast.
I'm Don Wrinkle, and everybody's got a podcast. And if you're gonna listen to one, Import Taste is the way to go, because it's very greasy.
This is Bill Lawyerson to tell you that Import Taste is the podcast you should listen to if you want to get sued.
I'm Big Jim, here to say if you listen to Import Taste, guess we'll give you a Christmas handy.
It's in poor taste. It's definitely not a comedy podcast.
And it's definitely not educational.
It is definitely Australian.
Stop asking!
Hello, I'm a Giorgio Casadoro, and this is my brother.
Fativa.
Come on down, Import Taste. We're taking back and polish your jewels.
That's us.
South Hills, Pittsburgh.
Born and raised.
Listen to Import Taste on the Podsberg Network. www.podsberg.com/Import Taste for all of your edutainmentional podcast needs.
If you guys said they were pod.
All right, Matt, so I'm going to say two words to you. And I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind.
Alrighty.
Quality and design.
Oh, you must be talking about Studio.
Oh, you know I am. Studio
Man.
provides an awesome headphone that is both high quality and beautifully designed. It's fashionable, if I do dare say so.
You mean that scandalous Scandinavian design?
No, I am. You know I like it. They actually sent us
yeah.
2 pairs of their headphones. We got the chance to try them out. We really like them. They're really cool. I got the blue ones. You got the black ones, I believe.
They look awesome, man.
They come in a variety of colors.
Yeah, they're just brilliant looking.
They also gave us a code to give you, which is American Slacker, and that'll get you 15% off any purchase. And they have worldwide free shipping, so don't worry that it's coming from far away. You're going to get those 15% off with our code.
Yeah, and for free shipping.
Hell yeah.
Studio.com. SUDIO.com.
Technology.
So we are back with some technology to talk about. It's been a little while since we've done the tech segment.
Yeah, it has been a little bit. Yeah. We've got a whole change up in the segments. You know, it's gotten weird. But,
well, now that we have
it's
our
back.
guest episodes every other week. Yeah, we're still trying to sneak it in there when we can. And there's some interesting things going on recently that we wanted to bring to your attention, including NASA, who will be sending a probe on August 11th, supposedly, to touch the sun.
Oh, I was wondering where they were supposedly probing.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Never know where NASA's gonna put that probe.
You gotta be careful, man. Oof.
And I wish they called it Icarus, but that, I guess, would be flying too close to the sun if it was Project Icarus.
Yeah, and this sucker's flying into the sun. Like,
Close
right?
to it, as 7 times closer than any launched vessel ever has.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. The heat shielding's got to be insane on this thing.
Yeah, they're going with a 4.5-inch thick carbon composite shield, and it'll prevent the heat from getting in as they travel as close as 3.83 million miles from the sun, withstanding temperatures that reach 2,500 Fahrenheit.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Don't worry, no one's in this. Just a probe. It's just going to be, to do... they're actually going to be studying cosmic weather and, like, solar events, solar winds, all that kind of stuff.
Probably checking it out for figuring out if there's any pattern for solar flare activity. That's a big worry.
That's one of the things they are really interested in, because the corona, or the top of that, like, flare, it's actually hotter than the surface of the sun. It's hundreds of times hotter than the surface of the sun. So there's no real explanation for that. So they're really interested to observe it. Maybe there's going to be some cool pictures, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. I can't wait to see that wickedness. Hopefully the film survives. I mean, like you said, this is going to be the closest they've ever gone. How do they know exactly what kind of heat shielding is going to hold up?
Yeah, and I
You
mean,
never
with
know, man.
heat shielding as thick as like almost 5 inches on this probe, which I'm guessing the probe itself is probably like the size of a person or so. So like these things can get pretty big.
Yeah.
Probably the size
Yeah.
of a car, if I were to guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be pretty big for, like, to fit in all the things you need to control and analyze and all that shit.
Right, and all that shielding if it's like 5 inches thick all the way around it.
It's going to be
And
interesting to see this.
No surprise, it's going to be solar powered.
Why not?
Yeah,
You're
it
only
makes
surrounded
sense.
by the shit.
And I didn't realize this in reading this article, but the Mars Curiosity rover and the Voyager probe were both not solar power, but rather radioisotope thermoelectric generators, or RTGs, which are powered by plutonium.
Jesus Christ. They, like, fill it with a raw element, or is that a gaseous element? Like, what is that?
I'm guessing it's kind of like nuclear power in a way. I would assume. So
That's
that way,
crazy.
it ends up on like the dark side of a planet. It doesn't just shut down.
Yeah, you're not fucked with no energy.
And I guess sending radioactive powered rovers isn't so bad because you need that if you're not gonna have the sun.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and I mean, it's not gonna. There's nobody up there to like have this radiation poison effect if it got discontained.
Right. That would suck if you sent it to a planet and it's like, oh, there was life, except
We nuked
send
it.
this fucking radioactive robot towards them. So this
man.
NASA probe supposedly will launch August 11th, but they have had trouble in the past few days. They were supposed to launch way earlier, but they had trouble with some strip of foam inside the nose cone that like was fucking up the when it jettisoned off of the craft. So they're doing further testing just to make sure that they end up actually, having something that's going to be able to get to within 3.83 million miles of the sun.
Okay, damn.
That'll be a cool
It's gonna
launch.
be a cool journey to watch, man. I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we can confirm now is that there is liquid water on Mars, and we have this courtesy of the Italian Space Agency. And they gathered data for 3 years with the Mars Advanced Radar for Subsurface and Lonosphere sounding instrument, also known as MARSIS.
Okay.
And basically, it's a spacecraft that just went around sending radar probes into the surfaces and gathered all this data that they had collected and had to go through. And now they've realized that there's a sample on the radar that shows actual liquid water.
Wow.
But it's below freezing. Now, the reason that it's able to stay liquid while being freezing is because it's a brine that's composed of magnesium, calcium, and sodium. So it's just like fucking all salty, impossible to freeze.
Huh. Brings down, I'm guessing, so the salt's bringing down like the freezing temperature of like the water.
Yeah. So apparently it's been hypothesized that for over 30 years that there could be water on Mars and under the ice caps. And sure enough, that's exactly where they found it. And this all occurred with data collected from 2012 to 2015. So apparently it took 3 years to go through this shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they had it for a while.
They had it for a while, man. So I can only imagine how much data they did collect and what more they can find out from this.
True.
There's probably more than they think about. And, like, other than this, there was no evidence besides, like, little water droplets gathering on, like, different,
Camera
probes or whatever
lenses
they
or
send up.
something?
Yeah, shit like that they send up there. That's the only thing, liquid they had found besides this.
Okay.
So this is interesting to see, especially if we can find out, what life has been for, the past, like, thousands upon thousands of years on Mars.
Right. And if there was life, I always heard that it's a good possibility that like we're somehow related in a way to that, because just the happenstance of two different forms of life being so close together is like too coincidental.
Yeah,
It'd have to be similar,
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, and I always love seeing these advancements and learning all this shit. We keep sending these probes out, and like a lot of time, it's like you feel like we don't find anything,
right?
And to find water on Mars is a great step. I really can't wait till we get a little more deeper out there, though, into the solar system.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd be able to like filter that brine and like give it to astronauts who eventually go there to explore. Maybe
Who
we could
knows,
see
yeah.
astronauts land on Mars in our lifetime. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if when it comes to actually, setting Mars up, maybe there's more water than we think about, and it can actually be transferred into actually consumable, or, the start to something bigger.
That'd be insane.
Create an artificial atmosphere. There's so many things that science can do. God knows.
Excited for the future of our interplanet species here.
Yeah, man. It's definitely interesting.
So now we're back to Earth, and we're talking about new electronic voting systems, and they're being tested out in San Francisco. Now, how do you feel about electronic voting, Matt? Do you think does it make you feel?
I worry, man. Obviously, you worry it could be hacked,
right?
That's the biggest worry of it. But I mean, when it comes to what we are today, I mean, everybody's in front of a screen 24/7.
True.
It should be,
and it does make life easier.
Yeah, it makes life a lot easier.
And this is just kind of a test. It's like a pilot program that they're doing in San Francisco. And it's supposed to, as we said, make the process easier, along with providing auditory explanation of the candidates and, able to change the font size, the color, that kind of stuff to help people if they are having trouble seeing these tiny ballots that you have to fill out.
Yeah, that's good because it will help, from them requiring aids and taking away more time, kind of swamping up the fucking poll lines,
right. If you can use an iPad, you can vote.
Yeah. The person can put you in there, turn the sound on, boom, boom, go along,
And they'll even be able to change languages, too, which, that makes it even easier.
Definitely, man, especially if you don't have translators on hand.
Yep. And the authorities said the new technology will scan all ballots and upload them to a computer so that they can be posted online and anyone can see the results. That way the election process is transparent and there's no malfunctions with the machine or anything like that.
Okay.
Or tampering or hacking, if you will.
Yeah. Man, I always worry, you can design something, but somebody else can always design a way around it too,
Right. I mean, I don't know enough about computers in that sense of hacking and stuff, but it seems possible. Anything seems possible.
Yeah, man, but who knows? I mean, we'll see. It's an interesting test, that's for sure.
It's probably the way it's going to go in the future, though, too.
I can't help but see it go that way, honestly. I mean, Jesus. Everything is going to be screened.
Right.
Until you get an implant, baby. Until they implant that shit.
Scan that shit.
Or maybe holograms. Holograms, I still got hopes for.
That'd be cool.
We're probably going to skip it, though. I bet you we skip holograms.
We skip the holograms? It's like hoverboards, we just don't get it?
Yeah. I think it's straight to implants and some kind of octal implant that projects in your eye already.
Okay.
But let's not go on my assumptions of the future. We're going to move along to something we're dealing with right now. Net neutrality. Man, Massachusetts is proposing a new bill that would name and shame internet service providers that ignore net neutrality.
Oh, wow.
So, if they're slowing down, blocking certain sites, being all sketchy, fucking up your internet, then they're going to be clearly labeled on a website that anybody can access. So you can check it out before you sign with certain ISPs or anything like that. And it's a general way to encourage these people to start acting better in general.
Shameless.
It's come on, man. It's such a sketchy topic, especially when nobody knows what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just voted so quietly like that. And it's really up to the people to spread the word. Look what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you're not gonna like it.
It's part of being a better citizen, I guess, and just being aware of what's going on. Because even if you went to the store and someone was put oh, here's a pound of apples, and it was really a half pound of apples, you'd be pretty pissed, and it'd be on you as the consumer to be hey, this is wrong,
Yeah,
and that's kind of what they're doing.
It's all so sketchy. Even when the FCC repealed net neutrality, it had a provision attempted to preempt states from protecting consumers. So the states couldn't make up laws like this.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a whole clusterfuck, man, with this whole setup.
Well, at least Massachusetts is trying to do the right thing.
I'm glad to see this. Yeah. I'm glad to see Mass is like not having it, because it's real sketchy when you're getting fucking screwed just because of preference like that.
Right. Well, we have more internet fuckery going on in the next story too, and this is one that affects you, Matt, because as we spoke a little bit before, you have Spectrum cable, do you not?
Oh, do I? I only have the internet from them. I don't fuck with cable. I got all the Netflix and Hulu and all that fun shit, but man, do they fuck around with me with the internet.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about them for too much longer, because Spectrum Internet is getting kicked out of New York.
Good riddance, I'll tell you.
So you'll have a new choice on your hands, I'm sure, because they've been breaking the rules that have been set forth by them. The state required Spectrum to roll out high-speed internet access across a bunch of rural areas in New York when they merged with Time Warner back in 2016. And after they failed to do that, the state is now not only forcing the company to cease operations, but revoking its approval of the 2016 merger.
Man, I'll tell you, I got somewhere between dial-up and like DSL. Halfway.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And it sucks that they, didn't fulfill their end of the bargain, because that's all they really had to do.
Yeah, it seems like they have a shitty customer service, I'll tell you. I've tried to talk to them a few times, and it's a nightmare every time. So every time you go to the goddamn store, it's like a fucking whole process, too. Hour and a half.
Yep. It's like DMV.
Yeah, they got their own little operation going there with people sleeping in the back.
So what's your other options then if Spectrum?
Well, the only reason I went with Spectrum is because I live in a house that doesn't have Verizon hooked up. And the reason I didn't go with Verizon is because they had to do a whole process. They got to bring the cable from across this road, and I live on a big road. I live on Route 2, so
okay.
They got to bring a cable across the road by cutting through the road, bringing it underground, and then set it up and drill into the house and shit. And I was just like, I just want internet like today.
Wow.
And I could get Spectrum.
So. This is kind of meta, and I don't want to normally address this kind of stuff on the show, but you just got dropped from the Instagram live feed as we bitched about Spectrum. I'm wondering if this is a fucking...
Oh, no. My phone died. That's
okay.
my phone.
Okay.
My phone's dead. I'm sorry. The Instagram's only on you now.
Oh, no, that's fine. So, Matt was... Just to inform the Instagram, Matt was not beheaded by Spectrum. He just... his phone died. So, that's what happened there.
Man. Or did it? No, it did. It definitely did. It did.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It wasn't Spectrum.
So yeah,
but they are sketchy.
They're they're in trouble. Their non-compliance and brazenly disrespectful behavior towards New York State and its customers necessitates actions taken today, seeking court-ordered penalties for its failures and revoking the charter merger approval, said by New York State Public Service Commissioner Chair John B. Rhodes.
Good. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Well, that's what people are going to be saying that work in the burger industry to Flippy the Robot, because he is coming for their jobs, man.
Flippy the Robot?
Yeah, Flippy the Robot. And he debuted earlier this year in Pasadena at a burger joint. And he got a little stage fright, apparently. He got jammed up when they got a rush of customers, so something happened with the overloading of the orders.
Uh-oh.
And so they had to, sit him back, reprogram his ass. Now he's working pretty good. He's working full-time, 11 to 7, 11 a.m., full-time job. Hey, they're still working him at Human Ethics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I guess that is an 8-hour shift. Cool. He doesn't get a break, though, it sounds like.
What about the grill and shit? Like, they don't get no breaks, man. Mm-hmm. This is not fair. Microwaves there, whatever they got, they're getting worked. Either way, back to Flippy. Flippy is now going to be debuting at Dodger Stadium. He's going to be fucking slamming out burgers and chicken tenders like they're nothing, man.
Oh. So he doesn't just do burgers, as the name would imply.
No, he can do all kinds of shit, man. But the coolest thing is he can actually sit there and scan and tell the temperature of each patty and each tender and all that shit. Pull it at the right exact moment.
Ew, is he just sticking his fingers in there?
He's got robot fingers. They're like sterilized.
It's like he sticks his finger right in your burger.
It's a scanner. It's an infrared.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's just an infrared like laser. Bop, 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 bop.
Okay, that makes sense. I've seen those laser heat like guns.
Yeah, and like mechanics will have them and shit.
Yep.
So apparently this dude's cool. He's got a screen. He lets all the coworkers know exactly when he's about to flip them into the baskets and shit, so they do the rest from there.
Does he go over the head?
You know? I hope he does some cool tricks. Man.
I hope
want to
so.
see him like
one over the shoulder. Yeah. Like fucking tosses it back. It's like, whoa, caught it
through the legs.
Top. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see this one.
Is he on a track? Do they have any pictures of him?
I don't think he's on a tracking system. I think it's a stationary robot with limbs that twist.
Oh.
So it swivels.
For some reason, I imagine they like took like one of the old presidents from the Hall of Presidents at like fucking Disney and popped it like George Washington on a fucking track and like gave him a spatula. He's just like, I'm the father of our country. Like, so yeah, okay, George, give me a fucking. All right, Flippy, give me one with cheese. Like.
The robotic owner's like, yeah, you wouldn't believe Disney was just pretty much giving this away.
Right? It's one of the old ones, so it looks all fucked up.
Yeah, don't mind his face.
Just call him Flippy.
We're going to change that. This is only the future to come. David Zito is the CEO of Miso Robotics, who's, popular robotics are across actually California. Oh, wow. I think that's all they are is in California right now, but he's got quite a few places using this model.
Okay.
Flippy. So I would expect this to become a mainstream thing within the next few years if this, works well for these establishments over long term.
Yep.
Once they get that first couple of years in,
yeah, it's
and
like
they
a
know
testing
the reliability is
period.
going to be okay. Yeah, because it's definitely not a cheap operation. With the energy and let alone the build and the purchase of the robot.
Yep.
I can only imagine what this goddamn thing is costing.
Plus all the fatalities of the robot and human co-workings that happen.
Oh man, you gotta allow at least 1 to 3 a year.
Yeah,
1 to 3 a year. Flippy gets.
Yep, he gets. You just can't get between him and the grill.
4 or more, and he's going away for life.
Fucking Bob's still got burn marks on his face.
To the junkyard, Flippy.
Well, if you've had some of Flippy's burgers, please tell us how they are on the Facebook page. So, we have a couple of apps to end technology segment here that we wanted to tell you about, maybe make your life a little bit better. I was going to start out talking about your wallet or your bank account. I want the number for what's in both of them. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I was wondering.
No, this is a stock investment app that I've used called Robinhood.
Okay. You definitely talked to me about this.
Yeah, I've tried to get you in on it. There is a bit of an incentive. You can invite friends and they'll give you a free mystery stock, and it could be anything from, Apple to General Motors to so it's like a very general stock, but it could be worth up to, $100 or $50, or maybe it's just 10 or 5 depending on what company they give you.
I've got to say, people are always opting me to do these things, and I'm like, I remember you did the Ibotta. There was a couple of other ones.
I still do
too,
Ibotta.
Wish. There was a bunch of different ones that I fucking help people with, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I know, yeah, my girlfriend does Ibotta. Ibotta, people, don't sleep on it. You can make quite a bit of money.
That's
on
a
your
good one,
everyday
too,
products.
yeah. We should cover that at some point if we didn't.
Oh, I thought you
already.
did.
I may have.
I thought you covered. I think Jesse covered it. Ibotta.
Yeah,
good rap.
I enjoy that one. But this one's more just like a stock investment app. I think it's a really good one for sort of introducing yourself to investing stocks, which is kind of the level that I'm at.
That's what it seemed like, right? You felt comfortable with it, and you've made quite a few purchases.
Yeah, and don't take my word for it. I'm not like a stock trader. I'm not a day trader or anything like that. What I've done is...
You don't work on Wall Street, bro?
Yeah, right. Wolf of Wall Street over here. Fucking, no, I end up just taking $20 here and there, and I'll buy a couple of stocks in a $2 a share company. So, I'll have 2 shares from here, 2 shares from there. And over time, it's sort of built up a little bit. And if they do well, they do great. If the president says something crazy, then the whole stock market kind of tanks for a little bit. So that's a little.
So you hope it's a good day with the presidency.
Yeah, right. Generally, and it's interesting to see those correlations too. It's kind of a learning process. I would suggest that don't sit there and put your whole life savings into it. I would say if you have $20 that you put into your savings, put it into this and see what you can do with it, just to kind of have fun. It's free to invest. They don't charge you anything for making a purchase or selling your stock.
What I never understood is people that are constantly playing the lottery or scratch tickets. Why don't they do this?
Yeah, it depends. I have a whole system for Scratch Lotto that maybe we could do as a bonus episode as well.
I guess that's right. I guess that's why, right? Because it's long term.
This is definitely long term. You can be a day trader, which I would say is closer to like scratchers, because you're making little trades all day.
Yeah,
and like you want them
high amounts.
You'll do like $100,000 into a company and then wait for it to go up a little bit and then just pull it all out so that you can make that little. And like I said,
make $1,000.
Yeah, I'm not like a stock trader. I'm not a day trader. This is more for like it's another sort of savings. It's a savings that might give you a better percentage than what you're getting out of just putting your money into a savings account at a bank.
Yeah, and again, the introductory to actually doing it. It's pretty cool. It's an intimidating thing to do.
That's what I find fun about it too, because then I'll hear about a company and I'll say like, oh, they're doing something really cool, and then I'll look up to see if they're have an IPO so that you can actually invest in the company. And then like I have some stocks in GoPro and Fitbit and stuff. They're not doing fucking great at all, but it's companies that I think are doing good things, so hopefully you see some return on that, and in turn you're supporting something that you like as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, if you're out there buying Coca-Cola every day or something, then like you should probably buy stock in Coca-Cola, because
you're making it go up.
Exactly. Like that's kind of it. Not that's like insider trading or anything like that, but because you're just buying a can of Coke. But you also got to think that like most people are probably like you in some way. So like I would say that's a good way to invest too. If you end up finding out that every day I buy a Starbucks like coffee, then like I would say it might be worth it for you to take like some of that money that you would buy Starbucks with and buy Starbucks, like actually get some stake in the company, so that when you buy that coffee, it's going back into your pocket somehow too.
Okay. Let's see. It just seems like a smart idea to toy around with like any pocket change you got going on.
Yes, definitely. And there's some sleeper ones out there too. Like there was a company that I invested in that was like 89 cents a share, and it ended up turning out to like $2 a share.
So every share you were making
2 years, I think.
55 to 60%. Yeah, that's great.
Which is fantastic. That's great. You're not going to hit those all the time, but it's cool when you do. It's kind of like a really, really slow form of gambling.
That's what I was thinking. Is like, it seems honestly like the safer way too, if you like do your research anyway.
True, and that's always good. Read what people say, find out the popular opinion, maybe find out the unpopular opinion, especially with stocks, because you're looking for the next thing to come up generally.
I feel like it's similar to like sports gambling. You know how like those crazy gamblers will get into like trying to figure out who the people are. Like like if it's college sports, they're like trying to figure out their like personal lives, like to figure out down to the bone how they're gonna play that game. Oh no,
they were partying last night. So I mean, with Twitter, that makes it easier.
Stocks. You can like new CEO and like, this could be questionable. Maybe I should dip out right now.
True.
Very shit like that.
So either way, if you're interested in investing or growing your savings or just getting into like what the fuck is up with the stock market, Robinhood is a great way to do it. We're not, neither of these apps sponsor us. This is just something that we've used in the past and had some success with. And also, if you want to go even further and you want to send us a DM so that I can give you a little invite thing so that I get a little kickback off of that, then that would be fucking awesome. Not that was the reason we're doing this, but...
don't you sell your shit on my show.
Hey,
This is my show half too, motherfucker.
Well, then, why don't you use my invite and sign up so I can get free shit?
He's still peddling it at me too.
Yeah.
Somebody out there, you know what? I endorse it. Somebody out there help this man.
And also, if you want free bacon, hit me up. I got a code for that shit too.
Okay, well that's a little. I might go with
right. So what app do you got for us, Matt?
Hold on, I'm gonna take a little video for the gram. Hold on. You know how I'm gonna edit it? I'm gonna edit it with Adobe Premiere Clip.
Oh, okay. Now what is this?
Yeah. Now don't expect a full Premiere in your pocket if you're an Adobe user, but it's a nice little editor and it beats the hell out of pretty much anything that I've fucked around with on Android. So I can't speak for iOS.
Now this is a video editor, right?
Yeah, it's completely for video. They do have Lightroom and all other image editors and whatnot, and everything basically Adobe. But this is a complete video editor. It's nice and simple. Has all of your basic features that you're gonna want to edit and get a beautiful video out. Whether you're putting it on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, you can set everything just the way you want it. Built-in filters, watermark, whatever.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say I really enjoyed it. It made it easy to splice clips and put in cuts and transitions and shit, and not have to put it onto my actual Mac. That's a pain in the ass when you shoot something on your phone and then you pass it back and forth, to get it on Instagram, because everybody knows Instagram doesn't post with a Mac for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I never understood that. Oh, and by the way, Adobe Premiere Clip is on iOS.
Yeah. It's probably the best on there too, honestly. I don't know if I don't know off the top of my head. There could be some sleeper app, but I'm gonna assume it's a really clean app, man. There's some shitty reviews on Android, but the top one's even I don't understand why these people are hating. The app is good.
Maybe they didn't understand how to use it exactly.
Yeah, if you don't have video knowledge and you're trying to get into it, it's a little more towards people that have had knowledge with a true-on editor.
Well, that's fantastic to have that kind of power mobily.
Yeah, it definitely is nice. Again, it's not going to have the full Premiere in your pocket. It's just going to have the basic shit. But honestly, that's enough for most of the time if you're trying to crank out something on Instagram.
Yep.
Or capture a memory even. You want to make a cool little memory video.
Something, for the scrapbook back at home.
Yeah, check it out. Free download. That's the best part.
So that's Robinhood and Adobe Premiere Clip. Make sure to check them out. Hope you enjoyed the tech segment. Now we're going to get into the Wheel of Weird. But before we do that, we want you to hear something from the Murderous Minors Killer Kids podcast.
This is Murderous Minors Killer Kids, bringing you the frightening and truly insane tales of children with the thirst to kill. Kindergarten through 12th grade murderers. True stories thoroughly researched. Join us weekly for new tales of parents' worst nightmares on Murderous Minors Killer Kids.
That's really fucking weird.
And we are back. It is time to spin the old dirty wheel of weird.
This is a game we like to play where we dive headfirst into the wiki unusual pages, trying to find the most bizarre and unusual things to bring to your attention. We like to divide it up by person, place, or thing. And Matt has the official American Slacker Wheel of Weird spinning for us.
The official wheel is not that official.
Well, we're waiting for the real one in the mail. We ordered it.
Yeah. She's a big one.
It's held up in China.
So we're not sure how it's gonna fit, and if we're gonna get into the doors. I don't know.
That's probably the biggest challenge. So
that's a problem we worry about later. The problem we worry about now is where she is about to land.
Yeah, what did we land on?
And we are on person. And person, we got Arthur McMurrough Kavanagh.
Arthur McMurrough Kavanagh was an Irish politician, and he lived from March 1831 until December 1889.
Okay.
And Arthur McMurrough Kavanagh was born with an ailment. Well, not an ailment. He only had rudiments of arms and legs from a birth defect that was unknown at the time.
Damn.
So he was an armless and legless child, but they believed, Dr. Francis Boxwell believed that he could be trained to live a productive life.
Trained? Like an animal?
Well, I mean, we're all trained. You're trained how to walk, you're trained how to eat, and how to fucking not shit your own
just
pants.
imagining a dick that was like, we're gonna strap him to a skateboard and he'll use momentum.
Well, Kavanagh was a quick learner because he ended up learning to ride horses at the age of 3 by being strapped to a special saddle and managing the horses with what were his arms. He also went fishing, hunted animals, drew pictures, and wrote stories.
Oh my god.
It sounded like
how many things was this child strapped to?
Well, it sounded like he had early on prosthetic, like, type of things.
Yeah. Man.
And this, Kavanaugh fucking got around, man. Like, don't feel bad for this guy at all, because in 1849, his mother discovered that he'd been having affairs with girls on the family estate, plural, girls on the family estate. So she sent him to live in exile.
Motherfuckers can't get a call back, and this dude was slaying the bitches.
Yeah.
Limbless.
She's like, get the fuck out of here.
I just imagine the Matthew McConaughey figure without limbs. Like, all right, babes, what's going on?
Right? So then from his exile in Uppsala, he ended up in Moscow with his brother and a reverend, and he hated them. He then traveled extensively in Egypt, Anatolia, Persia, and India between 1846 and 1853.
Damn. Right on, Arthur. Right on.
And you know what? In India, he sent a letter to his mother, and he said that he had spent 2 weeks in a harem.
Okay.
So it's like you exiled me because I was hooking up with the girls at the farm. I went to India and got a whole harem of ladies.
Yeah, dude. I wonder, he just spread his genes everywhere. He's a savage type, this Arthur.
He eventually served as High Sheriff of County of Kilkenny for 1856, and High Sheriff of Carlow.
Sheriff?
And High Sheriff of Carlow.
This motherfucker's on the green
1857.
team. He's on the green team. I've just initiated it immediately. I overrule it all now. I get one of those a year, and I'm using it now.
It's happening. It's officially added.
Sheriff Arthur Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
This guy is a badass.
Died of pneumonia in December of 1889 in London, and he was buried there as well.
You know, it figures. It wasn't going to be no man that took down Kavanaugh.
Be pneumonia. He's like, I can't cover my mouth. Slaying bitches, though. Can't feel bad for this guy one bit.
Man, he's just slaying the hoes. Crazy.
That's hilarious. It's like one man's adventure to slang dick.
Oh man, throwing a cheers up to Arthur right now.
Drink to you.
We drink to you, Arthur. Alrighty, people.
That's quite a way to end the show.
I was gonna say that.
I feel like we just lived 1,000 lives in that.
We're going out on a peak, and I like it. All right, people, check out that brand new website. We got AmericanSlackerPodcast.com. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. You can listen to all of our episodes. You can purchase the gorgeous official American Slacker merch. And you can also find the links to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channel. Or subscribe right there, too. It's another beautiful feature. Bang, bang.
Absolutely. And feel free to send us an email at AmericanSlackerPodcast@gmail.com. Join the American Slackers Facebook group if you want to chime in to the madness that goes on there. And give the old 5 stars on iTunes. Tell a friend, make another slacker. That's what we like to say. You can also find all of our episodes on Spotify. And please listen to the artists we've suggested on our Spotify playlist that Matt curates for us.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say something, like I lost the last word there, though.
That's all right. We're also on Spotify, so don't forget that, fools, if you want to listen to us on Spotify. Nice and easy. Also, big shout out to anybody that was watching on the Instagram Live that crashed horribly. It was not Spectrum that took me out.
It was Spectrum.
All right, I guess it was Spectrum. We're going to say that. Don't hold us accountable.
Running amok.
Thank you to Airborne. Do you remember any of the other people that were joining?
Dave Gunny?
Did Gun join in?
Yep.
Oh man, I
Gunny
missed that. I didn't get to see it. Yeah, I didn't get to see it. My screen's a little fucked up.
Planet Marls joined in for a minute there.
Also, don't forget, check out the pre-shows. We have them every Saturday on Instagram. Usually they don't crash, so like this one was a little weird, but next time it'll probably be pretty smooth.
Yeah,
I can't promise 100
Spectrum anymore.
I'm saying like 97%. Spectrum's going to be out of here soon. We're getting the torches lit up right now. We're going to be starting the chase.
Running them out of
Should be
town.
no time. Yeah.
We want to also send out some love to some of our Patreon slackers. Dave Gunn, as we mentioned before, saw you on the Instagram there. Seth Anders, we're always talking to you about shit. Kyle, Nolan Bradford from Crime Roulette, and Aaron W. from Yes and I Am. We love every single fucking one of you.
Thank you guys so much. Your support goes such a long way. And check out that Patreon if you want to support us too.
I was going to say, you too can become an official American Slacker by supporting the show at patreon.com/American Slacker Podcast or through the link on our website.
And if you want to get us on our personal shit, you can get at me on Instagram at MWGmedia, and my gamer tag is MattyG from HP.
And you can find me on both of those. We're broadcasting more on Mixer now. My handle is Landers the Plane.
All right, people, we love each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us on this chaotic ride that has been episode 106. And until next time, that's it.
There you go.